You wanna know something I freaking hate, comic fam? When hooligans break into comic shops, especially when it's in our own house. We're safe, our comics are safe, they didn't get a dime from us, but we do have a shirt you can buy to help support us. All proceeds are gonna go to help add some more security to our operation. We wanna keep your comics safe, and if you wanna help support what we do, you can get this Support Your Local Comic Shop shirt, and we're only gonna have it available for about a week. It's gonna be a limited time because this is the only time we're gonna be releasing this shirt in the Mill Geek colors. Geek responsibly, comic fam.
Let's chat about number one on this list, Russ, because holy smokes, there's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of people who are stoked about the story, but there's a lot of people mad too. And there's a lot of people that I think need to be informed on what's actually going on because this narrative is not coming up enough.
This is the third book this week that came out this week. So we are talking about Dark Knight's Death Metal, Legends of the Dark Knight #1.
The 1 in 25 variant featuring on the interior, yes, the first appearance of the Robin King, but also on this variant cover, marking it as the most coveted first appearance of this new character. Sadistic.
Oh yes, no, we have an evil Bruce Wayne that killed his parents and killed Alfred. I mean, like, this is really, really an interesting storyline. And as a Bat fan, I'm totally interested. I think this is great, and I love that they're going different directions with this, but I'm really mad at DC how they handled this and handled the release schedule on this.
Let's chat about prices. So this book on average is hitting $190 for 1 in 25. That's awesome. Like, that's big. That means people care, right? That's a big gains for 1 in 25.
You're right, Tom, except you have to consider that 2 weeks ago, these were pre-selling at $350. So some people were trying to buy this book ahead of the game for twice what they're currently going for.
Real talk. The speculation game, buying comics, there are some risks. And every collector that's going into this, dropping $350 on this comic, they knew the risks. And I'm seeing right now something that you would kind of expect when a spec kind of fails. Because if someone lost $150 in 7 days, I call that a pretty harsh fail. You can get a pretty dope key from the Bronze Age, heck, from the Silver Age for that amount of money. And that's what you're hearing. You're hearing a lot of that kind of negative talk. Yes, there is risk when it comes to spec. But if we just focus on only the failure of the spec, we're not talking about what actually happened.
They let us know on the 14th of July, Robin King's coming out in this book. They released the covers, they released the cover art, they released all of this stuff. They had this awesome 1 in 25, and I started getting people left and right saying, I want to order this. Get me 5 copies of this. Get me the variant cover. Get me all of this. The final order cutoff for this book was July 13th.
Unacceptable.
A day before they let people know when this book comes out. They pulled this same BS with the punchline stuff, and the hell arisen. DC isn't giving the shops enough time to order them. And the only people making money are the shops who are deciding to hold back their 1 in 25s and pre-sell them for $350 on eBay. So I ordered 19 copies of this book. I got 9. Not quite certain where the disconnect is, but I already have unhappy customers that did pre-order it that can't get it. And then in addition to that, we have a bunch of people who asked for it in the 3-week window that they should have been able to order comics. But since I couldn't guarantee that there were more comics coming from DC, I had to tell them, no, I'm sorry, I can't pre-order that for you. The biggest kicker, the second print variant of this book went on final order cutoff August 2nd, a full 48 hours before DC is supposed to release the first print of this book. Now, they knew demand was high, but we don't know how high. So I can't even get my second print orders in before I know how many first print ones I don't have and how many people want second print. DC, this is shenanigans. This is not cool. And honestly, I know we get ragged on all the time about people talking about spec and whatever Tom and I are doing, but this is something behind the scenes that DC is actively doing with their customers, with their new characters, with their books, and we're already dealing with difficulty right now between ordering from them and Lunar not shipping weird and UCS shipping weird and people in the industry having issues with DC. We don't need DC messing with final order cutoffs or doing something where they leak a book and it's popular after we can order more. You know what? I would have loved to have ordered 100 copies of this book to sell at cover price to my customers. The demand is so high, a shop can make a little bit of profit on cover price. I don't need to sell these at $20 a piece for a main cover and $300 for a variant cover. I'm not in it to make money on the speculation. I want happy customers, and DC is not helping with that.